3-0 up at half-time and coasting, a piece of quick thinking from Joshua Kimmich, and a second half of unforgettable drama where Germany just about clung on. We'll cover all of this in today's episode. A 6-goal thriller sees Germany edge past Italy into the UEFA Nations League semi-final. And it was, and get ready for it was a game of two halves. Oh, come on. I've earned that one. And I've earned that on the basis that it's true. Germany boss Julian Nagelsmann went with the following starting lineup. And that was with Oliver Baumann, the veteran Hoffenheim keeper, in goal. That was his fourth cap under Nagelsmann's era. Nico Schlotterbeck from Dortmund, playing in his home stadium of the Westfalen. He played at left back. And the ever-dependable Joshua Kimmich, well, he was at right back. The centre-back pairing was Antonio Rudiger from Real Madrid alongside Jonathan Tah of Bayer Leverkusen. The two DMs in the double pivot in midfield, this is part of a 4-2-3-1, was Leon Goretzka, and there was a start for Angelo Stiller. Yes, he started his first game in over 12 months. There was a start for Maximilian Mittelstadt. That's right. Gonzo's favourite here because he thinks he looks like ex-Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey. Well, he started on the left wing for his 12th cap for Die Mannschaft. Leroy Sané of Bayern Munich, he was on the right. Jamal Musiala, he was in the number 10 slot, that's the playmaker, and he was playing and feeding Tim Kleindienst, who was making a start for Germany, leading the front line. Two costly mistakes had the azzurri rattled. The first being Alessandro Buongiorno, the Italian defender. Well, he pulled back Tim Kleindienst as he was looking to connect with a Leon Goretzka through ball. Referee gave a penalty, and Joshua Kimmich, the ever-dependable for club and country, well, no hesitation. He dispatched the penalty on the 30th minute, and that gave Germany a 3-1 lead on aggregate. Gianluigi Donnarumma, the Italian keeper, well, he was involved in a bizarre goal, and it was straight out of the Trent Alexander-Arnold playbook. The lofty Italian keeper and his defence, well, they just switched off at a corner on the 35th minute. Kimmich, who was in cahoots with the ball boy, shout out to 15-year-old Noel Urbaniak, also making his debut as a ball boy. He gave Kimmich the eyes. Kimmich took a quick corner routine, which picked out an unmarked Jamal Musiala, who swept home the ball into an unguarded net to give Germany a 4-1 lead on aggregate. Hey, it's in the rules. Check it out. Law 11, you cannot be offside from a corner. Give that young ball boy Noel free ice cream for life, by the way. Tim Kleindienst then made it 4 in 6 games for Die Mannschaft. Well, he headed home a Joshua Kimmich cross just before half-time on the 44th minute. That was Kimmich's third goal involvement in the match, his 4th assist in 2 games, and one of 8 crosses that he delivered in the Westfalen Stadion. Credit to Germany for a dominant first half display. It is by far the best display they've put in probably a decade. Their combined innovation going forward produced 16 efforts on goal. And like the yin to the yang, that first half performance was absolutely contrasted by what came from Germany in the second half. To the point where Nagelsmann refused to comment on the second half performance in his post-match interview, which is some real juicy insight into his true feelings. That performance, by the way, in the second half is a throwback to what it was like in the opening few games of the Nagelsmann era, in games where they lost 3-2 to Turkey and 2-0 to local neighbours Austria. Italy came out in the second half with a point to prove, the impact of which delivered unforgettable drama for the Germany defence, and will likely prove a valuable lesson in game management going forward. Italy, well, they were clinical in their striking, scoring twice from their limited 3 shots on target. 2 of those shots on target, by the way, came from ex-Everton striker Moises Kean. Well, he scored 2 on the night to make it 5-3 on aggregate to Germany. His opener, well, that came after an error. There was a mix-up between Sane and Kimmich. Moises Kean pounced in from this poor back pass, and he delivered a clinical finish outside the box into the bottom left-hand corner of Oliver Baumann's goal. That was on the 49th minute. His second was set up by strike partner Giancomo Raspadori. Well, that was on the 69th minute. Moises Kean there turning Jonathan Tah inside out before placing a shot past the hapless Oliver Baumann in goal to make it... What did I make it? Wait, I made it, like I say, 3-2 on the night and 5-3 on aggregate to Germany. In between those 2 Moises Kean goals, Nagelsmann made a triple change. That's right, a triple threat. And that was in an attempt to wrestle back control over the midfield. Nadim Amiri, the mains man, came on for Leon Goretzka. The latter, he put in a really... I'm impressed. It was a resolute display. The kind of which you expect from the Bayern Munich man. Pascal Gross came on for Angelo Stiller. The former who battled away. Pascal Gross, it felt like he didn't really add much. Certainly an anticlimax compared to his performance in the San Siro. And Adeyemi came on for Sane. Sane, he struggled to offer much, although it feels unfair to expect him to play like Florian Wirtz, because he isn't Florian Wirtz. Whilst Adeyemi was lively, he picked up a yellow card within his first 5 minutes for a bit of a horrid tackle. There was also a brief cameo later on for Jan Bissek. That's right, the Inter Milan centre-back. He made his debut for Julian Nagelsmann's Germany. He came on for Antonio Rudiger, along with Robert Andrich, the Bayer Leverkusen hitman, as a DM. He came on for Jamal Musiala, which was clear intent that Germany wanted to absolutely blunt this game. The drama, though, continued into the 95th minute, where the referee awarded a VAR penalty. It looked like he wandered off during mid-game to take a look at the VAR screen, and then he came back gesticulating for a penalty. The Stuttgart man, Maxi Mittelstadt, being judged to have handled a headed clearance. Raspadori sent Oliver Baumann the wrong way. That made it 3-3 on the night and 5-4 to Germany on aggregate, with literally minutes in overtime clicking down. Germany managed a late scare. That's a cross that swung across the box, but none of the desperate Italian lunges managed to make a connection. Oh, quick shout out for Nico Schlotterbeck, by the way. Despite conceding 3 goals, he did win 3 key tackles and made a valuable interception. And a battered Germany held on to progress to a semi-final. That will be with Portugal in June, once the Currys Bundesliga season wraps up. And it'll be the first time that Germany have made it to a semi-final in the UEFA Nations League. The score at half-time made us look like Nostradamus. That's right, because our prediction was that Mannschaft would win 3-0 on home soil. Sadly, Moises Kean made sure that we were wildly off with that one. That said, again, we did predict that Mannschaft would score 3, and to their credit, they absolutely fulfilled on that prediction. What did you think of the overall game, by the way, and the performances of key players? Let us know in the comment section below. And that wraps up our review of the second leg in Dortmund. Thanks as ever for the support. It means so much to Gonzo and I. If you could find it in your heart to give us a like, Well, that would increase awareness of the channel. Having him there, yeah. Having an Oliver Baumann. That's harsh, though, isn't it? Because it wasn't all his fault. It's a collective, right? You win as a collective, you lose as a collective, you reflect, you learn, you move on. Anyway, we've got more content coming, that's right. The Bundesliga will restart again soon. Matchday 27 kicks off on Freitag. So make sure you join us then, because we'll have a preview video of all that action. And you'll know about that, right? Because you'll have been subscribed. So you'll know exactly when that video drops. In the meantime, you can find some more of our content up here, because the YouTube algorithm is going to suggest that you watch that video. Otherwise, we're out of here. All that remains to be said is that he's been Gonzo, I've been Craig, you've been patient, and we're grateful for it. Thanks as ever for the support. Auf Wiedersehen and arrivederci for now.